Iran has just launched powerful retaliatory strikes against the United States military interests in the Middle East following United States strikes against Iranian interests in the Strait of Hormuz. Iran struck American military interests in Bahrain, in Jordan, and Kuwait. We're getting the following statement right now from Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. Here's the statement that they just published. The IRGC Navy has completed an operation against 21 targets at American air and naval bases across the Middle East, the IRGC says, including the U.S. Navy's 5th Fleet headquarters in Bahrain and an air base in Jordan. The operation, which they claim was carried out using drones and long-range missiles, targeted and destroyed 4 important targets at these bases, including a command center and several hangars for F-35 Lightnings in Jordan. They're claiming that they successfully hit these military bases. Now, we can see some of the images right here and some of the video that's coming out. For example, here, this is some video from Bahrain where you can see multiple Iranian ballistic missiles. Look at the arrow that we have right there. Multiple Iranian ballistic missile interceptions, but also ground-level explosions right there in Manama in Bahrain minutes ago. That location right there in Bahrain is in the direction of the U.S. Navy's 5th Fleet headquarters at the Salman port. If you take a look at where that arrow is right there. Also, Iran's IRGC says it attacked the air base in Jordan with a salvo of medium-range ballistic missiles. This base serves as a major staging point for the United States Air Force forces in the region, and Iran claims that they successfully struck American interests over there. You can see some of the Patriot SAM systems engaging incoming Iranian ballistic missiles over Bahrain this morning right here. You can then see over here the ballistic missiles that Iran launched targeting the vicinity of Amman, Jordan. You can see the air defense activity right there. Also, the IRGC is claiming that it struck down at least one additional MQ-9 Reaper moments ago over Jam County in the Bushehr province of southern Iran. That brings the total MQ-9 Reapers that Iran has recently destroyed belonging to the United States. Somewhere between 31 and 40 MQ-9 Reapers were destroyed. Now, you know the series of events that took place today. The United States accusing Iran of using a Shahid drone to shoot down an Apache helicopter that was loitering over the Strait of Hormuz. Iran denies that it sent a Shahid drone to shoot down this Apache. Iran's foreign minister, Araghchi, did say, look, there's a lot of activity happening now over the Strait of Hormuz. And so if you want to avoid having your Apaches get shot down, you probably shouldn't have them over the Strait of Hormuz, loitering and harassing Iranian interests. That's what Iran Foreign Minister Araghchi is saying. Other Iranian officials say that wasn't our Shahid drone and that this is being used as subterfuge or a pretext for the United States, for Trump and Netanyahu to conduct further invasions of Iran. Trump said a few hours back that he just learned about this Apache helicopter being shot down, so the United States would have to respond. The United States struck Iran with 3 waves of attacks near the Strait of Hormuz, right by the Strait of Hormuz interests over there. Iran then said, okay, we're going to respond powerfully. Iran is now responding. This is what they posted. The IRGC said, in response to the enemy's malicious move, the combatants of the IRGC Navy attacked the 5th Naval Fleet of Bahrain with drones at 2:30 a.m. Going back to that footage that I showed you, it seems that at least a number of those strikes did hit their targets, while some interceptors, Patriot SAM interceptors, were able to shoot down the Iranian drones and Iranian ballistic missiles.
I never thought a pillowcase could make much of a difference in my life, but after trying Blissy, I totally get the hype. Blissy's pillowcases are made from the highest quality silk, 22 Mami 6A grade, 100% pure mulberry silk. Unlike cotton or even satin, silk is naturally cooling, breathable, and much gentler on your skin and hair. hair, I noticed less bedhead, less frizz, and fewer sleep creases pretty quickly. What I also love is that it's dermatologist tested and recommended, hypoallergenic, and fully machine washable. Plus, Blissey has over 100 colors and designs, including new Wicked and Harry Potter collections, so there's something for everyone. It's no surprise they've sold over 3 million pillowcases and have been featured in Vogue, Oprah Daily, and Good Morning America. They also make matching sleep masks, bonnets, and crease-preventing scrunchies, which make great gifts, by the way. Personally, after sleeping on my Blissey pillowcases, my hair looks smoother in the morning, and I wake up with fewer sleep marks on my face. It's one of those small upgrades that actually makes a noticeable difference. And because you're a listener of the MeidasTouch podcast, Blissey is offering 60 nights risk-free, plus an additional 30% off when you shop at blissey.com/Meidas. That's BLISSY.com/Meidas, MEIDAS, and use code Meidas to get an additional 30% off. Your skin and hair will thank you.
We're hearing this as well from Iran media. A military insider source says Iran has targeted the nest of the U.S. F-35 fighter jets in Jordan using the K-Bar Shikan long-range solid fuel missiles right there. Iran is also claiming that the United States strikes resulted in 2 water reservoirs in Sarik and Badar Kusk having been completely destroyed by the United States. Efforts to provide the people with access to drinking water have begun. That's what they're reporting in Iran media right there. You can see the locations over here as well of some of the U.S. strikes in multiple waves. Jam, Bandar Abbas, Keshem, Sarik, Jask, all hit by the United States. Foreign Minister Araghchi of Iran posted the following: despite its defeats on the battlefield, the U.S. opted to test our determination. Our powerful armed forces will leave no attack or threat unanswered. Leave our region if you want to be safe. He also posted the following: the Strait of Hormuz is not international waters, but shared between Iran and Oman and located thousands of miles away from U.S. shores. Maritime boundaries are crystal clear. Our powerful armed forces are on constant alert for any violation of Iran's airspace, land, or waters. Foreign forces in proximity to our territory are at constant risk on account of their own human errors, plane accidents, or potentially being caught in crossfire. To reduce risk, the best solution is for foreign forces to exit as soon as possible, an environment which will never be hospitable to hostile presence. Iran prefers the language of diplomacy. However, as our brave warriors have shown to the world, we know how to speak other languages too. That coming from Iran's foreign minister. Now, what's Donald Trump doing? Donald Trump is posting videos of the show West Wing. Yeah, moments ago, Donald Trump posted video clips from the TV show. It's been off the air for quite some time, The West Wing, and Donald Trump reposts something that says, the mission is a proportional response with a question mark, and then it shows footage from the TV show West Wing. Then Donald Trump also reposts, now, President Trump arrives at Madison Square Garden to see the Knicks play the Spurs in Game 3 of the NBA Finals. That's what he's posting as well right now. As noted before, the IRGC is claiming strikes on U.S. air bases in Jordan. Says 21 targets hit across the region. The IRGC saying that it hit these targets, including F-35 fighter hangars, that had shot down an MQ-9 drone over Jam County. Our forces are ready to deliver a crushing and decisive response to any renewed aggression. The consequences of any renewed aggression lie with the American enemy, they go and say. Also, as noted before, that Al-Azraq Air Base and the other air base in Jordan host about 60 U.S. jets. February 2026 satellite imagery, as DropSite explains, shows about 3 times the usual number, including 30 F-35s, 36 F-15s, with at least 68 cargo planes having landed in the preceding days. The base houses the U.S. 332nd Air Expeditionary Wing, which normally operates F-15E Strike Eagles and MQ-9 Reapers. The base features 2 runways approximately 3,515 meters long, and that's the area that seems to have been struck successfully by Iran. Now, we're also learning the following. Trump was not initially convinced of the need to retaliate against Iran, telling the Wall Street Journal earlier in the day that the helicopter downing wasn't a big deal, according to the Wall Street Journal national security reporter Alex Ward. Citing U.S. officials, the U.S. president reportedly changed his mind after Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth and General Dan Kane recommended military action during a White House briefing, providing updated information about the Iranian drone that allegedly struck the U.S. helicopter there. Now, while all of this is going on, Israel continues to strike Lebanon, and we have footage of that going on as well. So that's the latest update. We'll keep you posted every step of the way, but Iran making good on its threat that it was going to strike back, and it struck back hard against the United States in Jordan, in Bahrain, and in Kuwait. We'll keep you posted with more as we learn more. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 7 million subscribers. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Want to stay plugged in? Become a subscriber to our Substack at MeidasPlus.com. You'll get daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, ad-free episodes of our podcast, and more exclusive content only available at MeidasPlus.com.